This fight's over! Over! He's out! Get that money, motherfucker! College basketball card for February 20th, 2017. It's a Monday. Got a lot of games to go over. What happened over the weekend? A lot of good games over the weekend. Yeah, the NBA, East versus West. Ended up winning that. We had the West. The West wins by, I believe, by 10 points, actually. I think it was. They get the job done. We win that one. College basketball on Sunday. Sunday night we had Minnesota 83-78. They get the job done there. They beat Michigan. We also had a teaser with Georgia Tech. Buy them up to plus 10, along with the West on them. Buy them down to, or it was a teaser, 6-point teaser. So get them down to a pick 'em. So we ended up winning that late also. So we cashed pretty good on Sunday. What else do we have? San Diego State minus 12.5. They won by 13, 77-64. They get the job done also. I did lose a game on Sunday, one game. Butler, they win 82-66. It was 82-55 with 2 minutes left, and they let the game slip away. The guy with DePaul hits a half-court shot, and we end up losing. Wisconsin's second half was a winner. They were down by 6. They came back, and they ended up winning the game by 11. So they blew them out 44-27 in the second half. Sunday was a pretty good day for college basketball and for the NBA with the All-Star game. So also very good weekend. Had a very good weekend. And moving on to Monday, I just want to mention something real quick. Utah loses to Oregon State yesterday, 68-67. They're plus 13 at home in that game. Crazy. I would have never thought Oregon State would beat Utah. That's just crazy. Utah goes down. That's an embarrassing loss for them. It really is. That's a real embarrassing loss. Miami of Florida at Virginia. 4 o'clock Las Vegas start time in this game. Miami of Florida 18-8. Virginia coming off of 3 losses in a row that I can just remember right off the bat, getting blown out, barely able to score. 18-8 on the season, 10-3 at home. I'll tell you right now, I think this is a game that Virginia comes out and they're going to be pissed off. This is not going to be a happy team coming out to play on Monday. And the public's all over Miami, 68% right now, taking the 10 points. Nobody is going to jump on Virginia right now, minus the 9.5. Nobody has the balls for that. I'll tell you right now, I think Virginia wins the game. Very strong on them on a money line parlay. But honestly, there's really nothing else to parlay them with on this card. And there's no NBA, and I'm not betting any hockey. So pretty much if you're going to bet this game, you got to take Virginia on the spread here, minus 9.5. It's going to be a podcast free play. It's not going to be a client play. I still think Virginia will get the job done. I could see them getting to 70 points. Yeah, I know they don't score a lot of points, but I could see them I could see like a 71-56 kind of game. I think they win between like 12 and 15 points, something like that. I think Virginia wakes up, and it's not a strong play, but it is a podcast free play. So there you go. Boston College at Florida State. Boston College 9-18 on the season, 0-6 on the road, 0-10 their last 10. This team's just a very miserable, terrible team. Florida State 16-0 at home, 21-6 overall. Florida State having a decent season, minus 19.5 in this one. Would you really put your money on Boston College in this game? Florida State should outscore them by at least 10 each half, and they should get the job done by 20. They should win the game by 30. Florida State should score between 75 and 85 points, and I don't see Boston College scoring in the 60s. Most likely, Florida State will probably cash on that game, minus the 19.5. Do what you want with that one. I'm only here to give out a couple client plays, and there's I guess there's another free play for you, minus 19.5 Florida State. Texas State at Georgia State. Can't really tell you anything about any of them. Morgan State, Delaware State. I don't follow the small schools. I'm sorry. There are other handicappers out there that do. So if you know them, go listen to their show. Here's a couple games right here, some late games that are going to be happening on Monday night. You got Texas at West Virginia. You guys know how I feel about the Big 12. I like betting it. I really do. But Texas and Oklahoma are two of the worst teams in college basketball, and they come out of the Big 12. Texas is a very terrible team. They're getting 15.5 points on the road here in West Virginia. West Virginia's been struggling a little bit here and there. They lost at home against Oklahoma. They've been struggling a little bit. They're at home in this one. They're 21-6, 14-2 at home. I think Texas 10-17, 0-9 on the road. Texas is due. They're probably going to get blown out in this game. This is a client play. I'm not going to hide this play. I'm going to tell you straight up. West Virginia is going to get the job done. They're going to smash this team. They should have no problem win this game by 20. They should be up by 20 by the end of the first half, to be honest with you. I could see like a 41-25 at half or something. I could see them covering by halftime. If they don't, I still think they cover the whole game. I'm not giving anything out in the first half. I don't do that because if my team's down in the first half, I usually jump on them in the second half. So get on West Virginia minus the 15.5. And I would say ride that one to the bank. That's a good client play. And then you got Iowa State at Texas Tech. Another Big 12 game, another solid game. Iowa State 17-9, 4-5 on the road. Texas Tech 17-10, 15-2 at home. I'll tell you right now, Texas Tech is a different team when they play at home. It's a team that I don't want to bet against, especially when they're in Texas Tech. I already made that mistake last week. I believe I had Baylor, and Baylor got whooped on. I'm not going to make the same mistake. Iowa State's not a good basketball team on the road. They're 4-5 this year. They're just period not a good basketball team on the road. Texas Tech's fighting to get into the tournament. They're 17-10. Right now, I think they're out. This would be a good win for them. They definitely want to get the win in this one. So I'm going to go Texas Tech money line. They're minus 1.5. So there you go. We'll call these, I guess, podcast free plays. Miami of Florida versus Virginia. Virginia minus 9.5 podcast free play. Florida State minus 19.5 podcast free play. There's two early games. Those are the free plays for the podcast. Here are the two client plays. West Virginia minus 15.5 and Texas Tech money line. I expect all four of these games to cover, to be honest with you. I'll probably end up going 2-2, most likely. Hopefully, if you guys want to parlay all four of them, do it. Do what you want, but the client plays are the main plays, West Virginia and Texas Tech. I'll be back on Tuesday with another short video talking college basketball. Get on those plays. Those are client plays. If you want to get a hold of me, 928-200-2998. I'm going to do the next 2 weeks for $100. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. The next 2 weeks, we're going to do $100. 928-200-2998. Picks by email at gmail.com if you want to text. Or if you want to email, picksbyemail@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at MVP. No, that's not my Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at KRISBARRLV, Chris Barr LV. Have a good night.